Hello, it's Miss Coconut. How are you doing? I'm doing well. So listen, it's a few days before Mercury retrograde hits us. And of course, lots of planets are in retrograde. Everything is tumultuous at this time. There is such civil unrest going on in the land. And my heart is broken over this young activist woman recently that was murdered. And today we got apparently a cyber attack. It's called DDoS attack. And basically it's when hackers jam up the system with false user or dummy users that don't really exist. And it jams the pathway so that the normal users who actually pay for the service can't get into the service and use the service. Oh yes, distributed denial of service. They are saying that we were under attack. They're kind of alluding to the fact it may have been driven by what's going on with China. We don't know. Now, a lot of the carriers are putting out reports that are saying it's not true. It was not DDoS. It's just that T-Mobile was having an issue, and largely the other carriers were having an issue with T-Mobile users. But that's not true, because I wasn't doing anything with anyone related to T-Mobile today. Okay? I wasn't calling anyone with T-Mobile. I wasn't trying to message anyone with T-Mobile. I could not access my AT&T websites, okay? I could not access my internet at home or on my phone. I couldn't log into Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. I couldn't go to the server and type in Google, find me this, because nothing was connecting. In case you think it's just us tinfoil tiara wearing people that think this is a predicated attack on American cyber security, look at what Ted Lieu says. He's a U.S. House candidate. He's saying that this is a reminder that the president actually cut funding to the very programs that would help protect from attacks such as this. Most times these attacks, because these attacks have happened in the past, it's nothing new what occurred today, but oftentimes these attacks are usually motivated by money. Like, people are able to blackmail companies, sometimes it's because they want to send a message, like when we all say Anonymous needs to hack Sally Mae so people don't have to pay those student loans back. But oftentimes these large-scale attacks are hiding something else that's occurring, something even far more sinister than us being cyber hacked, which is scary enough. You research for yourself, Google it, just look around on Twitter and tell me, what do you think? Do you think that we were attacked, or it's just that T-Mobile went down and somehow it affected all the other major carriers for a few hours just because? I really think they think that we're that stupid, but we're not. We're waking up. We are waking up. So I know you're asking yourself at this point, what does this have to do with money? I will tell you. Because when we were down, I could not check my bank account. I could not make any after-hour trading. I couldn't transfer any money. And I couldn't order anything from Amazon.com, which I have stock in. And if you want to have stock, which you should, you can go on Cash App. And for a little bit of money, like fractionally, you can invest in stock. Or you can go on Robinhood, and I will leave a link for you below, so you can sign up and win free stock as well. But anyway, I digress. My point is, if you can't access your money, how frightening is that? Did you pay your bills? Did you, have a major bill that was due? Did you have to fund something? What if you had an emergency? So this is why I'm talking about this situation, because if the system is down, that means you have no access to your own money. And that's a problem. Not only could you not access your money, move your funds, or buy your stock, you also couldn't get on any major website, including YouTube. A lot of parents rely on YouTube to help quiet those badass kids you got. So now you're going to have to start teaching your children to rely on activities outside of the internet. They are really trying to show us that this life that we have built on this net, the wave technology, it's going to crash at some point. It's coming to an end as we know it. And we have to be prepared for that, whether it's a world war that's going to happen, whether it's a nuclear war, atomic war. I don't know, y'all. But listen, get those babies into some books, have some activities on hand, have some crafts on hand. Begin to teach them how to be reliant. Heck, some of y'all need to get some books and crafts because you were probably trying to tap all those 4 hours we were offline trying to figure out what's wrong with your phone, what's wrong with your internet. Okay, download some PDFs, y'all. Get your mind right because it's coming. Make sure that you have candles. Make sure that you have matches. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have blankets. Make sure you have an emergency plan because when we couldn't call and text each other, what would have happened to you if there had been an emergency during those 4 hours that we were all offline? What would you do? How would you handle it? These are things you need to talk about with your family because more and more we see that this world is in a state of turmoil and security as we know it is no more. Now, I'm not telling you to do a bank run, okay? Please don't run out and do a mass run on the bank, withdrawing all your money. Even though at the rate that the savings accounts are paying you, you might as well have your money under your mattress. I am not telling you to do that. What I am saying is you want to split the money up. You don't want to have the bulk of your money in one bank, okay? And you also want to keep some type of emergency account going, and you want to have money on hand, cash on hand, in case you need to make a quick and speedy exit. You want to have some money in your pocket, cash. My last tip comes from a nice, good, clean gal friend on Facebook, D. She's amazing. She's a doctor. She's so smart. She said, download all of your information to a flash drive. Okay. Some people may call it a jump drive, flash driver. Okay. And that way, at least you have a backup to your information. Okay, I know Mercury retrograde is coming in a few days and everything is all haywire with communication. And we know that this means all of the paperwork and all of the technology goes haywire. But honestly, people, this whole story, the way they presented it today was T-Mobile is having an outage. No one else, no other carrier is having a problem. And I'm simply telling you, I'm an AT&T customer and my service was down. My internet in the home was down. And that has nothing to do with T-Mobile. Okay? So, what have we learned from today's fake DDoS attack or non-attack? We have realized that they're not playing games with us. Us meaning the regular American people. They just signed a bill that's going to bail out the large companies again. And they repeatedly show us if you don't own assets in today's American economy, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to have to invest. You're going to have to figure out how to get a home. You're going to figure out how to get into some stocks. You're going to have to figure out how to open a small business. You have to get yourself out of the hole, okay? That's the only way you're going to be on level playing ground in America. If you hear snoring in the background, it's my dog. And it's late. I'm not going to move her, so it is what it is. But listen, I wanted to teach you a spell, which I will do this week. But everything that went down kind of force my hand to talk about money matters, okay? So money matters is we discuss what is going on with our physical money, not the spiritual aspect of it. But it all kind of relates anyway, right? So that's why I decided to talk about this today. Just as a reminder, I'm just giving you a prophetic warning of get your financial affairs in order, okay? So thank you for listening to me whine. I appreciate each and every one of you, all 25 of you who faithfully listen to me. I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I'm going to do a giveaway this week. I am. Cash. I'm going to give some cash away because I appreciate y'all. I really do. So thank you again. And as always, Om Shrim Brezi.